Bolton anti-immigration protesters were confronted by a group of up to 300 masked people shouting Allahu Akbar, or God is greatest.
Hello everyone. So if you haven't watched two videos from the BBC and ITV, then you have to. Why? Because this confirms everything that I said in my last video last night about the growing racism and Islamophobia in the UK and the role played by the media outlets and two mainstream political parties. The first video which I'm going to play is from the BBC, my former employer. This is how these two presenters discussed the ongoing Islamophobic violence by racist thugs from the EDL this morning on the breakfast show.
The time now 6:30.
Yeah, back to our top story. And the government will hold an emergency COBRA meeting later after more than 150 people were arrested. This following the violent disorder in the UK towns and cities over the weekend.
In Bolton, anti-immigration protesters were confronted by a group of up to 300 masked people shouting Allahu Akbar, or God is greatest.
Did you notice anything? These clowns are calling the right-wing thugs and the Islamophobic violence across the country as anti-immigration protest. So literally downplaying everything and their thuggery. A brazen attempt to justify the violence and terrorist acts because the perpetrators are white. But when a minority ethnic group decided to finally stand up to the thuggery of the white supremacists, these two BBC presenters chose to amplify what they were chanting. Doesn't it remind you of something? This is directly lifted from the template used during the anti-Israeli genocide protest in the UK. When one BBC presenter, Jo Coburn, had demonized them on her BBC show funded by your hard money and my hard money called license fee.
I'll show you these pictures at Liverpool Street Station. A large number, I have to say, I don't know how many, but thousands, in a sit-in at Liverpool Street Station. They're calling for a ceasefire, but many in the Jewish community, or the Jewish community maybe as a whole, feels very intimidated by this sort of crowd chanting ceasefire, or in other marches, Free Palestine. Do they go too far?
And mind you, these protesters that she was trying to demonize were essentially Jewish protesters who were protesting against Israeli atrocities. That's the level the BBC presenters had gone to then, and they seem to be using the same template right now when the country is burning. Now you would ask, where is Ofcom? No one knows. It's truly dead, as I have said in my previous videos. Another video is from the ITV, the morning program presented by two white individuals, one of them being Ed Balls, the husband of Home Secretary Yvette Cooper. Ed is also a former Labour politician and minister, now masquerading as a journalist. These two were joined by another two white guests to grill a Muslim and an Asian Labour MP Zarah Sultana. Now, there is a reason why I'm emphasizing on the race and the color of everybody involved here, and you will know why. The female ITV presenter had a problem with Zara calling the current thuggery of the right-wing criminals as Islamophobic. She kept expressing her displeasure at Zara. Now, Ed Balls you can see Ed Balls, how he is continuously sneering at the British Labour MP, while all four of them laugh to ridicule their only guest of color in the studio. Now you understand why I was emphasizing on the color of the four individuals present in the studio. The female presenter kept asking why the ongoing attacks should be labeled as Islamophobic. Well, they didn't allow Zara to explain, so I would do it for her. Can this white presenter explain why the Southport Mosque was attacked when Muslims had nothing to do with the stabbings in that part of the world? Now, if that is not Islamophobic, then I don't understand what is. And you thought that these media outlets have not been complicit in Islamophobia? Once again, where is Ofcom? No one knows. Now just wait until Keir Starmer will once again appear on your TV screen to say how his government is taking very, very tough actions against these writers. Meanwhile, the country continues to burn. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.